What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I actually got a couple videos for you today. I'm making this one because I got another roster moves video to make, so I'm going to be doing that. And then I have the 2017 draft class video that I'm going to make here shortly after this, so be on the lookout for that. And then later tonight, in a couple hours actually, I'm going to be hitting up the homie Hoodie Jube on his channel, Saints content creator. Links are in the description box so you can check him out. And I will be joining him on his channel, on his show in a little while. So check all of that out. Make sure you don't miss a single bit of it. But let's go ahead and jump into this because, as I said, there are some roster moves that were made, and the Dolphins unfortunately have a little bit more COVID issues to deal with. So let's just jump right into it. They did also work out some players, Isaiah Johnson, Delano Hill, and Donnie Lewis, as part of that. As part of this, I haven't seen any actual signings yet, though, so keep an eye out for that. But I do want to talk about, so remind me later, I don't care. Okay, so Dolphins placed 3 more players on the COVID list. Now, real quick before I do actually talk about these players, so let's update. So Justin Coleman just got put on the list the other day. Yesterday, Robert Jones, our backup lineman, just got put on the list. Okay, and they joined Jared Dokes, who has not yet come off the list. So those 3 players were already on the list. Obviously not a huge deal, not really a huge impact from those players. Now, Javon Holland, who had yet to test out of the protocol, he did test out of the protocol today and returned to practice. So for now, Javon Holland is out and he's clear. He should be good to go. Hopefully him and everybody else can stay healthy and not, catch this. We still do have a few days. It's only Thursday, so we still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before the game is played, and, anything can happen. So, in other words, the guys that are already on the list, there is a potential that they could come back and that they could come off the list. But as we even saw with Javon Holland, even if they come off the list, they still might not necessarily end up testing out of the protocol and be ready to actually return to practice / play the game. So that could happen, or we could see more players over the next few days be put on the COVID list, as we have been seeing quite regularly over the past few days. So let's get into who was added. So COVID-19 has continued to work its way around the Miami Dolphins locker room. On Thursday, the team announced that Greg Centermance, tight end Sathan Carter, and linebacker Duke Riley have all been placed on the reserve COVID list. So still not super impactful because, Dieter is expected to start anyway, but there goes Greg Mance, his backup. Sathan Carter doesn't really get a ton of snaps, mostly on special teams, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if really any there. He doesn't really get many offensive snaps, so not a huge deal there, but there's he is on the 53-man roster. And they do usually have him active for game days. Like I said, I think primarily for special teams. But then you have linebacker Duke Riley, who, especially as of late, has become more of a piece on this defense. So, we'll see if any of these guys can test out of the protocol by Monday. And hopefully we don't have to have more guys put on the COVID list. So just real quick, yeah, Mance has been a backup center for most of the season, but he spent a few weeks on injured reserve. They just recently waived Austin Ryder just over a week ago, blah, blah, blah. Riley has been a rotational linebacker and special teams guy. More opportunities for Sam Aguavin. I did know, I listened to him say it. Like, I heard the little clip of him saying it, but I can't remember. I can never remember. Anyway, so he's only playing, Carter's only played 47 snaps of offense, bringing 2 receptions. And then, yeah, it is about his role on special teams. So, yeah, as I said, and then, of course, Justin Coleman, Robert Jones, and Jared Dokes. So, now, Since the 5 players tested positive just under 2 weeks ago, Miami has placed 11 players, so that includes the guys from before. That's not the total we have now. Right now, we have a total of 6 players on the list, 5 including, you know, Holland and Waddle and so on and so forth. So anyway, there you have it. Those are the roster moves and the things going on. Again, hopefully now, and just real quick, actually, before I do jump out of here, it is worthy to note that the Saints have had some have been hit by COVID a little bit too, and both of their quarterbacks, Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill, have been placed on the COVID list, and they are expected to start rookie quarterback Ian Book now for this game. So that's interesting. Again, we'll have to see how the rest of the week plays out, because the fact of the matter is that both teams could end up having to, you know, put more players on the list. So, knock on wood, obviously we hope not, but if we're keeping it real with ourselves, especially right now within the current context that we are operating in, not just the massive surges in the country, and not just because of the giant outbreak in the NFL as a whole, but obviously the Dolphins are being affected by it, and they've had a number of guys, and so there is a pretty high probability that we may have more players put on the list. One of the curious things will be, and something to watch out for, is if it does get really bad, do they end up pushing the game, right? And do we not play on Monday night? But the thing, it's curious, because if they push it back at all, they could only push it to Tuesday or Wednesday if they wanted to keep it in week 16. Otherwise, once it hits Thursday and beyond, then it becomes week 17, and you're really running out of time to be able to fit this game in, because there's only a couple more weeks of the regular season left. So it's going to be something really really interesting to keep an eye on. Hopefully it doesn't get worse, and, you know, we'll just keep pushing. Anyway, I am going to be doing my preview. I'm not going to talk about it a lot, right, anymore, I guess, than I already have, because I am going to talk about it more in my preview video on Saturday, and hopefully, too, you know, by Saturday, we'll know exactly the full extent of the COVID situation. Like, you know, if anything's going to happen, hopefully it happens before then, so, you know, I can get it all in for that video. Otherwise, you know, if something happens Sunday or Monday before the game, then, you know, we'll just have to find out that way. But it is what it is, so let me get up out of here. Before I do, make sure you check out the Rave On Sports App, new fan-driven sports app for all your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it. And they're looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, as well as give you the opportunity to bitch and complain and moan about all of the bad play call, or bad flags, excuse me, from the refs, not play calling. You might bitch about the play calling for your team. That is a thing as well. But anyway, and with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.